Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. And on the line with us right now is Devin Dye from Dye Real Estate and Land Company. There has been some very important information come across during this time, this environment, all the issues that our families and businesses that are going through the COVID-19 crisis, if you will. The IRS, though, has issued some guidance last week regarding some grant deadlines. And Devin, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, just to quickly touch on these subjects and just to start this off, I think everyone listening should reach out to their accountant and just kind of get a better understanding of this through them. But the National Association of Realtors, which is a trade organization that I'm a part of, they worked really hard last week on the Capitol, just trying to get some changes and some extensions put in place for people that are up against some pretty hard deadlines. And some of those changes are in reference to the 1031 like-kind exchange tool that we have in real estate. And what that is if someone has sold a property and in order to avoid capital gains tax, they put it in an exchange, meaning they buy another property. Well, there's some pretty heavy deadlines on those exchanges just to, keep people in line and doing the things they need to do. And for example, once you sell the property that you're looking to sell to reinvest, you have 45 days from the date of that sale to purchase another property or to name the property that you're going to purchase. And then you have 180 days from the closing to actually consummate that sale. So, with everything going on in the world right now with the coronavirus and COVID-19, and sellers are having a hard time finding properties to reinvest in. And the federal government, under the direction of the National Association of Realtors, they came out and said, if your deadlines fall between April 1st and July 15th, we're going to extend that to July 15th. So buying some people, an extra month and a half of time to try to find these replacement properties. And this is so key because there are some situations that, if you have a $100,000 gain on the sale of a property and you're in the 20% tax bracket, that's easy. I mean, that's a $20,000 tax that you could just throw out the window if you don't meet these guidelines. And with them doing this, it's extending this and saving people literally sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Devin, you run into a situation where they have to, in the exchange, look for other properties. Let's talk about that process during this COVID-19 crisis, if you will.
That's a good point, Dan. That's something I wanted to touch on today. We are still open for business. We do things. It's crazy because I have a lot of clients that are in other states. I mean, take out COVID-19 and what we're facing today. I have clients that live in Florida, California, Alaska, all over I sold a farm last year for a lady that lived in England. So we are we're very mobile and we're very electronic. We do things, we can sign all of our documents electronically. We can do a lot of things electronically. We don't have to necessarily meet with people. So we were kind of prepared for this. So we are fully open for business. If somebody wants to look at a farm, contacts us and says, hey, we want to look at one of the farms that you have. Obviously, we're probably not climbing in the truck with them and doing that. We can meet them there and show it or whatever. But for the most part, I mean, there hasn't been a lot change. We don't like to do business all electronically because I am the kind of person, and I feel like our agents are the kind of people that really like to be face-to-face, but we're just being intelligent about it in this environment and just keeping our distance. And we're still running full steam ahead right now.
Getting back to the 1031 like-kind exchanges too, I think one of the things we want to explain is that these are more than just sole proprietors that are out there. There are corporations that are out there buying and selling real estate all the time. And maybe you can explain that a little bit.
Yeah. So we work with all kinds of investors. I mean, I work with a lot of farmers. I work with a lot of, local investors, professionals that want to invest money in farmland, but we also work with what we call institutional investors. These are large businesses that want to buy farmland or other types of assets, real estate assets, obviously. But these are large corporations or pension funds, hedge funds, different, just all kinds of different institutional investors that we deal with that will buy land in a time like this. So that's one thing I really wanted to touch on in this conversation, Dan, is we have a lot of sellers that are making, I've started to notice that the inventory is down drastically. Not even in my business alone, but I'm looking at other real estate companies and auction companies and people out there that do the same thing that I do, and their inventory is really low. And I think it's because sellers are thinking to themselves that they're not willing to expose themselves in a volatile market, what they assume to be a volatile market today. But what I want to reiterate and talk about is there are still buyers active in this market right now. I am currently working with a couple different investors who are in the middle of a 1031 exchange, who, thank the Lord, have just received an extension. But if the right property was to come on the market today, I know that I could sell these couple individuals, these farms. So I'm pleading with sellers, don't hold tight. There are buyers out there right now that are willing to buy, even in this market. And honestly, with the stock market and everything going on in the world that's going on right now, I feel like right now might be an opportunity for sellers because buyers are thinking land is safe. It's not as, volatile as the stock market or other investments I could look at right now. You can check us out on the web. It's Dye Real Estate, DYE realestate.com. You can find all of our listings. You can find me on there. Our website's pretty easy to navigate. You can email me, Devin at dyerealestate.com. You can check you can call me on my cell phone. It's 419-303-5891. But, the easiest way to reach out to me is just check out our website, and all of our contact information is on there. It's dyerealestate.com.
And, of course, we'll have a link to his website, as we always do, on inohiocountry.com.